Hello Taurus, welcome to your reading. Thanks for tuning in and I hope you're all well. It is Sunday the 7th of June 2026. I'm going to do a general read for you guys and see what you've got going on. Please take what resonates and leave what does not. So, messages for Taurus. What does Taurus need to know? Messages for Taurus. Okay, we got the Fool in the upright, the King of Cups in the upright, the Five of Pentacles in the upright, and the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. A new beginning, Taurus. Let me just, so it doesn't fall forward. A new beginning. Fresh energy, freedom, optimism, new beginning. About someone you have emotions for, love for, you're balanced, or this could be your energy, you're balanced, you know what you want, you know what you feel, you're mature in your feelings and your emotions, you're calm, you know, you're where you need to be. However, Five of Pentacles, feeling, and this is your energy, Taurus, feeling a bit left out in the cold, feeling a bit a lost sort of poverty mindset, insecure, feeling left out, waiting on something that's taken a long time, that you've put a lot of effort into, but you don't seem to be progressing, or you haven't got anything tangible materializing for your efforts. Now this could be to do with your finances, your job, your career, but I'm possibly sensing that you have some emotions for someone, love for someone, and you're hoping for a new beginning, but you're possibly feeling a bit rejected by them, and you're waiting for them to come forward, but they're kind of not, but you're hoping that they are. So that could just be a specific message for one of you. Let's have a look, not assume too much, and see what messages we have. Why is the Fool here for Taurus? Ah, lovely. The Devil in the upright and the Three of Wands in the upright. You're possibly now, you could be feeling held back in some way, or there's some sort of negative, toxic or unhealthy thing, situation, whatever it is that's holding you back from going forward in some way. You could feel some sort of heavy attachment to a King of Cups, to someone, or attached to some sort of feelings that you have. Yeah, you're waiting on something coming in, or you're waiting for someone to come back to you, or waiting for someone to show you the same emotion and love that you're showing them. I'm getting this kind of attachment, waiting energy, Taurus. You're kind of holding back and waiting. Why is the King of Cups here for Taurus? Page of Wands in the upright and the Knight of Swords in the upright. This person could be younger than you, or you're trying to balance your energy, your feelings. There's something here about being determined. You're quite determined, or you're you're communicating, you're being assertive possibly in your communication, that this is how you feel. Your feelings are balanced. This is what I feel. This is, you know, possibly someone that you're quite attracted to. Someone could be rushing towards you, telling you how they feel. They're attracted to you. They've got love and emotion for you. Someone could be very determined to win you over in some way. Or you could be communicating that to someone and you're perhaps, they're kind of pushing it away or making you feel rejected in some way. Why is the Five of Pentacles here for Taurus? Temperance in reverse and the Four of Swords. So there's possibly something's out of balance, something's out of harmony. There's something here about excess, heavy attachment and temptation, and that you're taking time out, or you both are. I keep getting that there is another person here, Taurus. I'm also getting that you're taking time out to balance yourself. You're taking time out to think. You're trying to create some harmony and balance within yourself or within a situation. I'm also getting for someone that you've possibly been spending too much money. Why is the Seven of Pentacles here in reverse for Taurus? Ah, the Queen of Cups and the Lovers. Okay. Yeah, you've got someone here that you see as a soulmate, someone that you, a King and a Queen of Cups, that is a very balanced, loving connection. That's also, I'm also getting the energy of feelings that are there, but some feelings are being left. Someone's being very open with their feelings and someone's kind of holding back with their feelings a little bit, but there are feelings and love there. There's also a choice to be made, a decision to be made. There's a lot of love and chemistry here between you and someone, or within this connection. A lot of desire, temptation, passion, chemistry, an intense pull towards one another or one to the other. I'm also getting a push-pull dynamic, a runner-chaser dynamic, possibly. So there's a decision here to be made. There's also someone's thinking about, in general, partnerships, people that they connect with, who they want to connect with. That, you know, you want someone that's balanced, that's equal, that has the same feelings as you. You're both on the same page. That one is not giving more than the other. Why is the Devil here for Taurus? The Magician in the upright and the Eight of Pentacles. You're very determined. You're putting in a lot of effort. You're determined to make something happen here, Taurus, to possibly get this person on the same page, or they're doing that to you. But there's a lot of determination here to make something work, to have a good outcome, a confidence, a determination, and you're putting in a lot of effort. I'm getting that there's someone here that's putting in a lot of effort to try and bring someone back to them on the same page, feeling the same way about them, because there's someone here that's not giving you the same as what you're giving them, Taurus. Why is Temperance here in the reverse for Taurus? The Wheel of Fortune and the Four of Pentacles. So there's possibly been a change here. Some sort of change of direction or forward movement. It's like you're holding on to the positives. You're holding on to any positive sort of sign here. A change, a turning point. Your luck has changed, or you're hoping that your luck will change. Or that you're holding on to some sort of stability or any sign of commitment or stability from this person. Why is the Lovers here for Taurus? Knight of Wands in reverse and the Knight of Swords in reverse. I'm possibly getting, Taurus, that you're connected to someone who's a little bit flitty in their energy, or there's something here about impulse, sort of, there's a lot of passion and you do impulsive things, or this person does. You're kind of, I'm getting this energy of being led by desire, led by impulse, led by the fire. You're very pulled towards each other, but then I'm getting inconsistency. Kind of, this could be a more casual or physical kind of connection that's more kind of centered around physical passion, desire, sort of sexual energy, that kind of thing. And you're possibly hoping that it turns into more, or they are. But there is an element of inconsistency, impulsive pull, and reckless kind of behavior, risky behavior. Why is the Page of Wands here for Taurus? The Eight of Wands in reverse and the Page of Cups. So there's an element of fantasy here, a dreamy kind of romantic energy. You're hoping, I'm getting that you're possibly dealing with someone that's a little bit non-committal, inconsistent, and you're kind of hoping and dreaming that this is going to turn into a fairy tale romance, but there doesn't seem to be a lot of action happening, or this person's not coming towards you in the way that you want, or they're not saying the things to you that you want them to say to you. Yeah, I'm getting that. You're kind of viewing this in a very romantic, fantasy, kind of rose-tinted sense, and I'm just not sure if you're going to get that outcome from this situation, but I don't know, you could do. I mean, the wheel's there in the upright, so a change is possible. You never know. You never know. You never know. You never know. Anything could happen. Is someone keeping you, is someone giving you words, Taurus? Words of possibility. Why is the Magician here for Taurus? Five of Wands in reverse and the Three of Swords. So you could be in separation from this person. Could have gone through a breakup. Could be a third party element involved in this. This person could have other options or be connected to someone else. And trying to keep the peace and stay out of conflicts. Are you being strategic about this, Taurus? Are you kind of, you're wanting to rush in and say something, communicate, but perhaps there's been some impulsive communication, or perhaps heated. I'm getting that. You're kind of keeping the peace. You're quietly determined, is what I'm getting, Taurus. Why is the Page of Cups here for Taurus? You could have children with this person. Why is the Page of Cups here for Taurus? The Knight of Swords again. The Chariot in reverse. I'm getting like there's lots of communication and action, and then there's nothing. It's like it's a very on-off, push-pull kind of dynamic. Perhaps you and this person talk a lot, or you sort of come together and then and then you don't talk as much, and don't see each other for a while. But there's like there's no clear direction, but someone here is very determined to turn this situation around. Why is the Wheel of Fortune here for Taurus? Four of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. You're waiting for this person to, I just keep getting a really heavy waiting energy. You're waiting for a change. You're waiting for this person to change. You're waiting for the situation to change. There's something here about communication. Perhaps you are not... There's something here about crossed wires or crossed communication that's possibly led to conflict in the past. Kind of not understanding each other, possibly. Why is the Eight of Wands here in reverse for Taurus? Ace of Cups in reverse and the High Priestess in reverse. Yeah. You're not getting what you need from this person, Taurus, and I think you possibly know the outcome of this. You know the truth, but you're kind of ignoring it. You're not wanting to accept it. I'm getting someone that's non-committal, inconsistent, a bit of a player, to be honest. Why is the Knight of Wands here in reverse energy for Taurus? Yeah, Six of Pentacles in the reverse and the Lovers again. I'm getting that there is a very intense attraction and desire and temptation to this person. You are very attracted to one another. There's a very heavy sexual energy between you, but there's no equal give and take here, and you're investing a lot into this person and you're not getting the same back. And I think this person is very scattered. They keep their options open, non-committal and confusing, to be honest. Knight of Swords. What's the important message about the Knight of Swords? He's here 3 times for Taurus. What does Taurus need to know about the Knight of Swords, please, Spirit? The Devil in reverse, the King of Swords in reverse, the Seven of Pentacles in the upright, and the Hanged Man. I pulled 4 there because there was quite a few, so I got a deeper clarification for it. Ah, Taurus. I think you're dealing with a player. I can't say it any more clearer than that. Do I need to put these into their suits? I don't really think I need to. I think you know who you're dealing with, what you're dealing with. I think there's an intense pull towards this person, and it's, but I don't think you're going to get much out of this person. I mean, I can't predict what's going to happen and what's not going to happen, but I'm just reading the energy here and it ain't looking great. If you're happy with this dynamic, then that's fine. But if you're looking for something solid, committed, At the moment, I don't think you're going to get it from this person. Let me just put them into their suits. Oh, I really hope that didn't just knock my... Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, that's the worst thing ever when you lose an entire reading. Right, sorry about that, folks. I'm getting that, Taurus, I'm kind of... There are feelings there. I mean, you got a King and a Queen of Cups here. Perhaps this person is scared of feelings. They're scared of, you know, fear of commitment, fear of being vulnerable, fear of opening up and being, you know, offering love and emotion. Kind of like fear of going too deep. But I'm also getting that, I'm getting kind of, how can I say it? This person's like quite detached. They can be manipulative. They're very clever, cunning, or very clever with their words. They are very much showing up as a non-committed kind of playerish sort of energy. But I'm not completely getting that it's because they want to be that way. However, I mean, how long you want to kind of hang around waiting on this person to change, I don't know, because no one knows what's going to change. And see, the Wheel of Fortune's there, which is a change, a turning point. Is it going to change? Is this person going to change? Are you, do you know what I mean? No one knows that. That sort of part of the journey, and what happens happens when it happens, and that's in every minute and every second and every moment of life. Everything always changes. So I don't know. All I know is that you have got a very intense connection, chemistry, bond, well, sort of a chemistry with this person, a temptation. You know there's something unhealthy here. You know there's something toxic. You know you're playing with the devil, basically, at the moment. I think you're aware of that, Taurus. I think you're very determined to change this person. But let me give you some advice. A person has to want to change. You cannot change that person. A person has to want to change. So, yeah, I'm going to leave it there, Taurus. Thanks for tuning in. Best of luck and lots of love. Until next time. Bye-bye.